Alright, what are y'all talking about?
Mario, Kirby, Link, Samus, Little Mac. I didn't like it at all. Bottom line, Nintendo had the popular upper hand in the West, and I didn't like it one iota. I didn't like it at all. Not one bit. Because, ladies, gents, NBs, everyone in the donut, I did not own a Nintendo. My father had a choice of consoles to buy me and my brother for the Christmas of 1990, and by fortune of his choice, I was locked into early gamehood as a child soldier of Sega. I mean, Sega had a long-ass history of making awesome games, but the brand was not associated with any of those larger-than-life personalities. Who was the Space Harrier dude? Who was the pilot in Afterburner? Who was driving the car in Outrun? Even the named characters in games like Golden Axe and Altered Beast didn't really inspire much excitement. In those early days, if there was a guy on screen, they were usually so bereft and barren, like Ninja Guy, a Punch Man, a Spinning Kick Dude. The first push as Sega's mascot was Alex Kidd on Master System. Well, it wasn't really. Slow down, hang on. It was Opa Opa from Fantasy Zone. Alex Kidd in Miracle World was the first platformer that was competing with Mario. Not to be confused with Alex the Kid, which I will invariably correct people upon incorrectly inserting the definite article. My brother's name is Alex, so that family joke got old real quick, real time.
What else came out in 1986, yo?
Maybe a little title you might have heard of called Bubble Bobble. Hey, if you haven't heard of Bubble Bobble, you don't belong here, you're too young. Get out. Simon Belmont in Castlevania made his appearance. Samus stunned us in Metroid, and Link made his way into our TV screens. And our hearts. 1986 also brought us The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum. This is my favorite Gina Davis movie.
I'm more of a long kiss goodnight girl.
So, back to Alex Kidd. Are you gay? Yes, I'm gay. Very, very gay. But I'm not gay for the cover. But look at it too long and your eyes will fall out of your head and you'll die. Sega of America intentionally wanted to look shit at doing good video game cover art. Am I right? Like me, Alex Kidd was kind of a big deal in the late 80s. Quality manufacturing since the late 80s. And 35 years later, I still believe it to be one of the finest offerings on the hardware. So, let's talk story. He sat up on Mount Eternal, the first level of the game. Mount Eternal is on the planet Ares, aka Miracle World, and he has spent 7 years up there on his own studying the art of shell core.
Like steroids for your fists?
Swole. Here's the situation with gameplay. Alex's default attack is the punch performed by pressing button 1. Button 2 is soon discovered to be jump. This order is reversed between the Sega Master System 1 and 2. Swole. It doesn't bleed. You son of a bitch! Dylan! It's been a long time, General. Dylan, you son of a bitch. That's the one.
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? Come on!
The first underwater area where the basic blockbusting action remains the same, you'll just get that floaty, buoyant feel like you suddenly dropped the controller into a puddle of gack. Hey, remember gack? I didn't like it at all. Remember gack? And to complete any level in the game, you got to get to the rice ball or the hamburger, depending on which region you're in. Level 2, you'll find new enemies, frogs, scorpions. Buy the motorcycle. Learn to ride it to the end without crashing. I can't teach you this, but I believe in you. So get the motorcycle and jettison that bitch at the end to reach the first jankin' battle against the Stonehead. Yeah! There is literally no skill here. Literally no skill here. The sequence is rock, scissors. Basically, you want a shit ton of money in case you die, because if you do, a continuation code may be activated by holding up on the D-pad and hitting button 2 8 times. The caveat being that it costs 400 gold. You will want a lot of spare cash to buy special items from the shop during late game too.
Imagine money!
This level provides us with the opportunity to create our own platforms via painfully accurate D-pad movement. I hate this level. I fucking hate it. I didn't like it at all. I fucking hate it. Oh, I hated it then and I hate it now. I never could understand what those green things were. Chill, yo, it's a dragon. No, it's a vine. Remember Vine? Here's a petticopter level, and much like the motorcycle, it makes getting around the level a lot easier. But if your propeller strikes a red block, you'll plummet again into the depths of Lake Fathom for another swimmy chance at the end of the level. And this time you'll fight a more traditional boss, a charging boar. A wild boar slides in. Keep climbing the mountain, within the mountain. Aren't we all just mountains climbing ourselves? Finally we get to the bats. Hey yo, bats are the way, the truth, the life. No player shall beat the game except through bats. True story. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, the Black Woods, baby. There's another shop at which you may be tempted to buy the motorbike. Buy the motorcycle. The stage hazards presented to us here are deliberately designed not to match the motorcycle. Oh, Pit, you gotta note here that there's no RNG in this game whatsoever. Like, none. Enemy placements and patterns are predictable because they never change from reset to reset. I personally consider this to be the halfway point of the game, even though it's technically not. The level is non-linear and has a dungeon-like appeal. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Terminator. The first one. Terminator 1, the first one, the only one. We got 30 cops in this building.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Aye. That's Terminator 2.
May I remind you that I didn't have the internet in 1990 when I was playing this game, so I had no resources to help me. And I was living for it. Remember trading game cheat codes in the playground? Pause. A-B-B-A-A-B-B-A. Unpause. And begging mum to buy us game magazines for the extra gaming edge? This was modern gaming. Gotta have the edge. Keep climbing the mountain. Within the mountain.
You're a mountain.
There's a few different ways to reach Jenkin. And once you do, his sequence is paper, and then you'll beat him, and then you stand next to him, and his projectiles will go right over the top of you, and then you just jump up, and you punch his head 3 times, and that's it. You win. He's easy, just so easy, too easy. He is an easy boss, but that doesn't stop my heart from beating fast at this point in the game, because, spoiler alert, this isn't the final level. After saving the princess, who I guess, according to the plot, is your sister, you swim to the bottom of Lake Deep, and this is the true final screen of the game. Yeah! It's beautiful and deadly in its simplicity. I can feel my palms sweating just looking at it, yeah. It's like a Matthew Riley novel. I'm more of a Michael Crichton girl.
Matthew Riley, 2 against 1.
5 switches on the ground correspond to the images on the stone slab. It is extra tricky. If you touch even just a pixel of the wrong box, you will ruin the order of the sequence and a ghost will appear and immediately begin floating towards you. While it is technically possible to restart the sequence while avoiding the ghost, your soul is essentially swallowed at this point.
I'll swallow your soul, I'll swallow your soul, I'll swallow your soul.
Honestly, you look like the pit bitch in Army of Darkness.
Soul, I'll swallow your soul.
I love Alex Kidd. You're gay. I'm a girl.
Then you're straight?
Talk about the bad things, Pit. Okay, the bad. Of significant poor quality is the controls. The controls are bad. Bad. Straight up bad. Alex starts off running insanely fast at the slightest touch of the D-pad, meaning that, like, if you got to change directions on a small platform, you're likely to plummet right off. If you're not consciously thinking about the controls the whole time, you're gonna perish. Perish, mate, perish. Get stuck out there and you'll perish.
All right, let's wrap this up.
It's great to be able to compensate Alex's trajectory, but he moves so fast and lubricated that it makes landing on a single block platform a nerve-wracking, sphincter-tightening experience from beginning to end. If you haven't played Alex Kidd in Miracle World on the Sega Master System, it's worth a look, but honestly, who cares? There's a mosh pit over there with my name on it. See you later, alligators. Go follow Pit on Twitch, where she plays retro games and talks about her life as an alien abductee. Hey yo, hold up! I want in on that mosh pit.
Mosh pit, mosh pit, mosh pit, mosh pit.